discuss all things related to the business of detailing. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we'll cover topics ranging from business management to marketing solutions. Here to help you grow your detailing business, your hosts, Nick and Dustin. Welcome to the polishing.
Oh, we're going again.
We're on it again. Let's go.
All things related to the business of
You know what? We just let it run. Just let it run. Just let it speak
Love
over you.
it so much.
Boys, fellas,
What's
how
up?
are we doing today?
Doing great. Doing great.
This is not a typical Friday podcast, is it?
No, it's not. You know, we were running out of content, so I figured we'd do something just to have to talk about.
You guys have just been live, for last 4 hours. Real exciting day.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys just do just a nice little formal announcement of what happened today?
Mike, go ahead.
We decided to take lunch and we purchased IGL Coatings from Joel and Jeff, IGL Coatings USA. Again, I know we're gonna have fun on this, but again, all the thanks to Jeff and Joel for the mentorship and just trusting us, to take this over. I mean, I've said it in the last two podcasts, and something Dustin and I manifested 2 years ago, but obviously Joel manifested it too when he came to Billy. And
Apparently so. That was news to us. That Joel had kind of hit my dad up about wanting to
Joel,
sin.
what's Joel wanting to do? Joel wanted to do something. He wanted to get on the golf course. He wanted to be on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, he wanted. Hey,
right.
Bear with me just a second.
I saw the last couple of days when we'd have some calls with him, and I was like, oh, he's starting to wear his golf polo and his golf hat.
Real casual around the office now. Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. Hang on, I'm sharing.
Now, of course, we couldn't have an after party, right, without having Detail Billy here. And you did something pretty cool, Detail Billy. I know you're showing us beforehand. You wanna show us?
Oh, this is great.
This is really cool.
A little background before me and my wife go to every SEMA, we design a new shirt. So every year we've had new shirts.
Yeah.
But we kind of think it's kind of funny because this is one heck of a way for Joel to get Dustin's business finally, I think. When we first seen this at Action Pro Detail, we're the first to have the logos
Detail,
combined.
yeah, and what you're looking at is a collaboration logo from IGL and Detail Bookie, and this was years ago. This was a couple years ago that we did this, and these are two.
This was the time right before your Iron Man.
Yeah, and
You have this shirt.
What's that?
So you and Joel actually have this shirt.
Oh, it's hanging in my office. All the shirts that you've sent me to After Pro are all hanging in my office, and something I treasure. But yeah, that was a collaboration of two companies brought together that we believe a lot in the same things, and so we were doing this thing at SEMA together, and we kind of showed our connection then. But none of this stuff was in the talks. Like owning IGL was not. I mean, me and Mike had mentioned it before. Me and Mike have talked about it over the last few years in conversation, almost jokingly. Probably not almost, completely jokingly. On runs when we were hanging out, Mike would call me venting about certain things. He's dealing with a customer, and typical stuff you talk about with guys. And he's like, you know what, we should just buy this company and do this or do that, and we're like, oh yeah, that's what we'll do. No clue. Like,
That'll take care of the problem.
Yeah, right. And it's exciting to be a part of, but man, it's really kind of just all settling in. This morning has been a whirlwind. You mentioned it, Nick. 4 hours of nothing but talking IGL, and honestly, it's been about 3 months of nothing but talking IGL. And
Well, Dustin's one of the worst secret keepers I've ever met.
yes, absolutely, for sure.
And I think he forgets who he tells secrets to.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So then everyone is like, wait, do we know if Dustin told this person? I don't know. I guess no one told anybody. So it's just it's been a real fun process. You guys are, I'm real happy for both of you guys. You guys are gonna absolutely kill it.
Well, I tell you too, you can see the comments coming in, and those have been nonstop. The text, the Facebook messages. I mean, Miss Vandy sent us a really nice one too, and I've had calls with Billy, of course, immediately after, and just the support of the industry as a whole has really been an eye-opening experience for us.
100%.
We can't. Well, let me speak for myself. I can't even keep up with the responses. And I promise I will get to everybody. And I'm so thankful for everyone and their support in this thing, man, because it's gonna take a village. It's gonna take a team, and we've taken over a big task, and we have big to fill.
We're now committed.
Yeah, well, we're there. Yeah. There's no turning back.
So tell us a little bit about like what was that like today? You know what I mean? Waking up, you knew you had the announcement. What sort of went into that announcement day of?
Waking up.
Yeah, you got to go to sleep first.
Oh, there's no. You see, that's what people want to know. What happened today?
I slept like a baby. Anybody knows me knows I have no problem sleeping. But listen, I mean, it starts back to yesterday flying. Oh, well, actually, it starts a few days ago, and this announcement was going to happen in Canada. We were going to fly to Canada and do it in person, and then business called elsewhere, and it brought us to Stuart, Florida, of all places. So we fly in yesterday, eat late last night, and get into the hotel with the anticipation we're going to be in the lobby. I mean, in the conference room, doing our live. And then we get down here this morning and it's booked, and we're like, wait, what? And so we start to ad lib as people do. And we look around, we find a country club, we talk. I emailed the CFO, and he didn't respond. So we just drove there this morning at like 7. And the guys were like, yeah, we can't let you do this. Like, we can't
just let you walk in. Yeah.
No. And so I text the guy, the CFO, back, and I'm like, look, business owner, I need you. Like, I really need you to help me with this thing. He comes back on, man, and he's like, absolutely, dude, just find you a spot. We'll help you out. He comes in personally and helps move things around. We go into a party room or their dining room that's set up for a gender reveal party.
Next thing you know, IGL sponsoring gender reveal parties.
Yes. What was the name?
What's the name of the child? Give him a shout out.
Who's the name of the child? I don't know. The boy or girl?
IGL.
So it's been a whirlwind, as everything is, and when during this whole process, man, you have the roller coasters of emotions. Like, he would submit an offer or some contractual stuff, and then you would wait, and then you would have to get together for a meeting, and we would divulge all that, and it's this roller coaster of emotions that you can't tell anybody about. You're signed under NDA to not say a word, because you're dealing with business and private information, very private information that everybody's sharing, and it's just like, man, how can we go through this and not lean on our friends, Billy? I mean, like, not be able to call him and say, hey, man, dude, I just want to talk to you about these things, and we can't do it. And so, but like, just like all of that, this morning was no different. We scrambled around, we made it happen. And you know what? Now it's like starting to settle in. We're back in the lobby of our hotel. We've got our little setup going on. The Hilton here, people here are just awesome to help us, on the celebration. Now we're at the celebration point. Speaking of,
okay, so we talked. You see, look.
We're about to say this.
You guys gonna pop those at the end or right now?
I'm gonna pop this mug right now. Hang on. Look, you want to talk about funny now? Hold on. You guys are gonna see this fine china we're gonna be drinking out of.
Yeah, look at that. You guys found the mason jars.
Yeah, mason jars. So look, all of it's been the formal piece. All of it's been the giving credit where it's due, and rightfully so. Like, this is such a big moment for all of us involved, and you have to give credit where it's due. But now it's like, now we want to kind of let our hair down and celebrate a little bit. We've been going through this thing, and now I want to bring my friends around and our friends around and enjoy this moment.
Now, obviously, I think how many people interact with both of you guys, right? Dustin Jackson, Mike Carlin, like, you guys are huge people in the industry. Now, with this new thing on your guys' shoulders, right? What do you guys sort of see as, okay, celebration's going to last, well, anywhere from 24 hours to 48 hours, knowing you guys, and then you guys are going to hit that ground running. You know what I mean? What's going to be sort of that roadmap going forward that you guys are really excited about? Now,
a lot of it's just,
right,
Jeff and Joel have done a good job at of introducing IGL and growing IGL, and now we have to look at all the little weaknesses or the little holes that we can plug. We believe in, how do we make things easier for the detail? What can we provide to them that they don't have right now?
Yeah.
And it wasn't the fact of Joel and Jeff not wanting to do it. They literally, when they contacted us, it was, hang on, I'm going to chew.
Okay, what do we do?
Look at that.
Cheers.
It's 5
Nice.
o'clock somewhere.
We are an hour ahead of my normal time.
When Joel came to us, the first thing Joel and Jeff told us was they're exhausted.
Yep.
And they wanted to see, and I can respect that, but they could have sat back. IGL was making them money. They could have sat back, just collected checks every month.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
in their hearts, they wanted to see this thing go to the next level because it was their baby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, when they came to us with that, it was like, okay, we have had some plans on what we could do for the detailer, make their job easier, more profitable, giving them the trainings, whatever it may be.
Mhm.
And that's what we have to implement, and we take it very serious that somebody gave us their baby. We want to make sure that we don't let them down because, I think of it as a father. I could never let another person take my child, and that's really what it does for them.
Oh, very much so. And even when you start to look at someone's numbers, think about this. Okay, we're all business owners here. Think about having to release all of your information, all of your data over to some people.
And not just some people that you know.
Yes,
And
and an employee.
That's even harder, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And let them pilfer through the numbers to ask you questions and hold you accountable to every business decision that you've made to this point. I want you to think about the vulnerability there and the trust factor, the willingness to do this. Now, yes, they had a perk to do it. Obviously selling the company is a big perk to release your information. But in reality, you're completely exposed. And the trust that it takes to just sign a document and send that stuff is second to none. And
I already had my new contract started.
Well, they did tell us numerous times, like, if this sale doesn't go through, Mike's position is going to change and his involvement is going to change still. So, and I don't think that there's any, that's probably public knowledge, but, I think that Joel and Jeff respected Mike enough and watched him grow and mature through this thing that it was either going to go this way or he was going to have a bigger role in it, and rightfully so. He's got a much bigger role now. And we, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to be doing.
Mike, what's that first task you got for Dustin jumping in, right? What's that one thing you really want to get Dustin to be in charge of?
Dude, I've been playing everything for
No, that's Mike's got that locked down tight. Mike's got a secret list of things he's got for you.
Make sure we have make sure the money's there to pay bills. My money, make sure that there's money to pay bills.
No, I think we complement each other very well.
Absolutely.
We joke because you had Joel and Jeff, and Jeff, he was just, he wanted to be behind the scenes and he did a very, very good job at what he did.
Yes.
And Dustin's a lot of numbers guy, just like Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is I think we can go forward and there's two people that can really be the face, if you want to say it, because we're both okay with that. Jeff Jeff liked being behind the scenes. That was his thing, and it's going to be a big help too, I think, with being very active in front of everybody too.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, Mike does a great job of being the face of it and connecting with the installers. He has such a great relationship with everybody involved, and it's because it comes from the heart. Put a broom in his hands. These comments are great. We should be speaking to that,
The warehouse needs to be swept, Dustin.
And Billy, I better not see any new tattoos that aren't green.
You know better.
Yeah, he's done such a good job at building the relationships with installers, and it's based off of information and helpfulness and customer service. So my job is to come in and here and support that, and anywhere he needs me to be, that's where I'll be. We want to put some things in place that that take friction out of the buying process and to help automate things that happen within the business, the things that I hyper focus on all of our businesses. And so like I'm in a supportive role to Mike, and I love that position.
Thanks,
Yeah. I mean, he absolutely is the best trainer in my opinion. You go to a training, I've been to a million of them, and to see his passion and dedication to making sure it's all right. But look, I'm here to do whatever it is. If that's sweep the floors, then I'll be the best floor sweeper you've ever seen.
And I'm really looking at from Dustin too. Like, I'm not a very tech savvy guy. I'm a numbers guy, but I'm not a report guy.
Mhm.
And Dustin is.
Yeah.
And
Dustin
I think
knows his way around a spreadsheet, right? He's got a spreadsheet locked down.
Spreadsheets are key.
With my business, we've always been very, even though we've grown a lot, we've been smaller, and I've always been absentee, but I can easily, with my wife at the shop, I know what's going on all the time. So I've never been like a report guy.
Yeah.
I look at my bank account and make sure it's growing. That's what I do. It's not always the right way. We've been able to do that being a family business.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've always told Dustin, like, this is pretty cool. Like, I'm not this type of person, but I could see, when we pass that torch, like I'm getting ready to pass that torch to my son. I want him to be that way. So what we're going to be doing with some of that stuff, I'll be implementing more in my business too. So that's something that I look really forward to, and I really respect Dustin's. Like if you don't have an answer in 2 seconds, he's on you.
Yeah.
I need this number.
Well, to me, numbers are definitive, and I like to take subjectiveness out of the business. And when we think about how to, support team members, are they performing great? Or are they not? Like, I don't like this. Well, you're not doing what what you should, or you're doing great. Like, I want to back it up with data that's definitive, and that's what makes me click. And it's also like our score. Like, if business is a competition, we want to know if we're winning. We want to know what our score is, and the numbers tell us that. And it's not subjective. It's not like, oh, we just woke up and felt great and we did good today. It's, we did this right here, and this is what our plan was, and this is how we exceeded it. And that's exactly what numbers and data mean to me. And and I do bring that to the table. But I respect Mike's willingness to get in there with me and understand and come out of his comfort zone in that realm and jump in there. Billy's done the same thing. I mean, as Detail Bookie has, worked with him and his business. Like, now me and Billy talk numbers. We don't talk,
right.
Like, hey, things are good. It's like, hey man, I've done this, and this. And I'm like, dude, that resonates with me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, again, bringing up Detail Bookie, bringing up IGL, these pillars, right, in the detailing community. What was it? It would be cool.
Cool if Madison was Justice for Madison.
Justice for Madison. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, big shout out, Madison just carries everything. Just shout out to her there too.
Oh, she does. Our team is amazing. Chelsea, right here off camp.
Mm-hmm. How was her day today? You made her day. Like, was she running around? Yeah.
Oh man, she's always running around. She's always she's the glue. You know what I'm saying? Look, I am full speed ahead, and I'm a wrecking ball. Let me just tell you.
And leaving a trail behind you right there. Yeah.
Literally.
And big shout out to my wife too.
Absolutely.
She supported me. I mean, even when I go back to when I used to run a company in Wisconsin Bench, she was always a big supporter. I was gone a lot. There were a lot of long hours between the shop and the old shop I used to manage. But she's been this whole IGL venture. She was the one that said, "Hey, go out and take the chance." Because I'll tell you, I'll just be honest. When I left my old job to go work for IGL, I was probably making $50,000 less a year, and we did that going in. But we had the vision. I didn't at that point. I didn't have the vision of buying IGL. I had the vision of what we were going to do to grow the company, that would create sales, that would help me get that money back, that wage back.
Yep.
And she was the one that really pushed me. She's like, you know what? Go follow your passion. Go do this. And when I'm gone on business trips, even during the day, she's taking care of the shop. She's managing the shop. She's doing a lot of the work. And, she's taking all the phone calls and everything. So I can't have a better support system between her, my family, my friends.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else.
Well,
It takes a lot.
It does, and we're sitting here on camera, but there's a team of family and friends of support, and it should not go unnoticed because this shit is not the Dustin and Mike show. It has been the last 4 hours, but even then, there's a team of people working behind the scenes, Chris and Madison, and all of Mark and Brooke, and then you got the detailers and staff back at the shop, my dad, everybody running the operation. Trey, head of HR. He's got the hardest job of everybody. But there's just so many things going on that don't get enough credit. And
one thing I used to always tell my employees, I had roughly about 200 employees that I worked in. And I always told anybody that talked to me is, my employees didn't make me really good. And 99% of the time they make me really good. And that's the same with our family and friends and everything else. They're the ones that push us to be who we are. They're the ones that really ultimately, with their support, make us good.
absolutely.
Yeah. 100%. Yep. Man, we should have had more people in the after party. We should have had everybody. We had to get
everybody. Look at the link. Anybody that wants to join in, Madison, Chelsea, if you'd like to jump in here, feel free to.
All of a sudden, there's crickets. She's like, nope.
I did the same. I got the look like, what? I'm not doing that.
Well, can I tell you something selfishly? Look, I use some IGL stuff. I use some, obviously, detail bookie. Selfishly as a customer, right? Whether you're using one or you're using both, I'm just excited that now it's all one. You see what I'm saying? I'm excited that the people at the top have that singular goal and they're just going forward in a really positive manner. What are your thoughts there, Detail Billy? I'm not familiar, with what you guys use down there, but obviously Detail Bookie, you know what I mean? What are your thoughts there?
First of all, I'm just proud of both of these guys. They're both very good friends of mine, and to see them go from our beginning relationship to now, just very amazing, and I'm blessed to be part of this. Yeah. They couldn't have picked two better guys to head up IGL. I'm excited. We have Joel and Jeff did a great job. Nothing ever taken away from them, but these two guys are go-getters, and this is what our detail industry needs. We need two guys like these leading the way, and I'm very blessed to be ready to rock and roll with IGL. So we use IGL in our shop, Detail Bookie, of course. I'm just glad that both of them together, and I think we're going to take this rocket ship all the way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And, I'm really glad Billy said that because it's going to take a group. It's going to take a team. And, everybody that's here and around us, we want to bring together and support this thing and bring everybody. And we need that help. We can't do this together. And, what that looks like for everybody, we don't know yet. And those things aren't ironed out. However, we know that it can't just be us two. And we've already got a great team around us, Brian, a few others. And so now we just want to continue to build on that and take this thing to the next level. Listen, and we're already way up there. So where that next level isn't even built yet. And so we have to go find that.
Well, and I think it's just interesting because now it's, like you said, that next level. You guys should be having an announcement, I think, every month. I think that's fair to say, right? Just to put the pressure on you guys.
Yeah.
Once a month, you guys should be popping champagne. Is that too ambitious?
He's got to sleep at some point. Dude, he doesn't sleep.
I'm going to sleep tonight.
Are you going to finally sleep? Dude, he hasn't slept in months. And I think he should probably get some shut-eye.
And the other thing is, I'm going to use Joel's word, so I'm going to say it wrong. But, what I like the most is, we're not full of a bunch of drama. And that's important because there's so much of that in this industry. And, I would have never partnered with Dustin. And I know the same goes his way as if we weren't full of integrity and full of non-drama, because there's just so much of that in the industry. And our main goal, we've talked about many times, is we want us to help people. It comes down to just helping people grow, because we feel better at the end of the day. And if we can help people grow, it helps us grow. And if we need to make changes, we'll make changes, whatever we have to do to help serve the industry. But that's a big part of what's on our radar right now, is how do we help people grow? And it may be by implementing new things or whatever it may be, but there's a list of things that we have.
There is, and business is real simple. We make it complex and we make it harder than it is. And if you help others, if you put good out there with good intentions, it always comes back. And I even use this term. I hate this term, but no good deed goes unpunished. And I don't believe that and I've said it at times, but I do know that if you lead with good intentions and you lead to help and educate and bring others with you, everything else happens around you. The financial side comes together. Listen, Detail Bookie is, and it's, I don't know how public knowledge it is, but it's probably the most humbling business I've ever built in my life. Yeah. And it's, over budget is an understatement. And it has taken everything I have had in my body and everything in our team to keep it going and to keep pushing and keep moving. And, and we live on that. Put out there, put good out there. It will come back. And it's trust, it's blind faith. Yeah. And, it's believing that, that there's a God out there that will lead you and direct you. And we pray every day about it, but it's the reality. And we think that no different in IGL. If we continue to put good out there, just do the right things. This company will take us where we need to go. It's going to do that for everybody that's involved.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. No, we got a lot of detailers that listen that are going to tune in. They're going to see this over the next week. What's that lasting message you want to give them? Big announcement today with IGL, the Dustin Jackson, the Mike Carlin. I think we got to put the in front of Mike as well now.
Man, come on. Dude, his head's big enough. His head's big enough. He could be the.
I think you just takes your the. I think you're just Dustin Jackson. I think it's the Mike Carlin.
This is dog.
Oh, man. I'm still the Dustin Jackson.
What do you want to leave those detailers?
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Maybe we should use Joel's.
I was off script there. Yeah.
Should we use Joel's?
So listen, this is absolutely the way it needs to be. Go ahead, Mike.
If you have $1 in your pocket, give us a nickel and let us earn the other 95 cents.
Yeah. That's it. It's so true in business because people have to trust you at first. They gotta have a little faith that you're not going to do them right. And then it's your job to show them that it was a great decision. And, and listen, here's the reality in buying this business, acquiring this business is the same way. They had to trust us. They had to believe in us. Like there was a lot of things that we had to figure out to make this deal work. I mean, there was, a lot. I wish I could explain the magnitude of what it was to make this happen, but it was a lot of that. Hey, we got you got $1 in your pocket. Let me have a nickel and I can earn the other 95. And that's exactly how this deal has worked. And it's a lot of trust factor. And
that's something that IGL's always believed in though. Mm-hmm. Like we don't expect the detailer to say, hey, I'm 100% IGL. If you are, that's great. Mm-hmm. But you'll hear Joel a lot and myself at trainings. It's like, we might be just filling a gap. And that's okay. Sometimes filling the gap is what needs to happen for us to,
put the foot in the door.
Put another product in front of you that you believe. And we're detail owners. Yeah. You guys are detail owners.
Absolutely.
There's still a couple other products out there that we'll use.
Absolutely.
And even at my shop, at Dustin's shop, there might be something that just works.
I don't think you guys are allowed to say that anymore, though.
Well, I mean, it's the fact that and what I say is, I say that because every environment's a little bit different. And Alabama's different than Wisconsin, and I might find something that just works a little bit better in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. I can assure you that the lineup is great. No, we will never say that we have the best of everything. We have a solid lineup.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. Well, so if somebody did want to use the whole thing, they can.
And look how Billy has ran his shop. And he's always been on the innovative side, always bringing new products into tests, always questioning, and I watch him very close. He always questions every product and tests them, and tries to make sure that he is cutting edge and always has the right stuff. And so you look at that concept, and if we can implement all of us implement that and use the product that's right for us. It's no secret that EZN, the detail shop that I own, had relationships with IGL, had relationships with System X, had relationships with a lot of other supply companies and we use the products that served us best in those
This is
rails.
the only way I can get them converted over. Right?
Yeah.
Well, IGL is pushing hard, and I think it needs to be said too that I built very good relationships with System X and Drew and Todd and the whole team there, and I respect them to the nth degree. And we've had conversations offline here, and they're happy to continue that friendship and relationship. But the reality is, like, this is a company that has built a stronghold in the United States, and they have an excellent lineup of products. And we're going to show you how those products are going to be great and teach you how to use them and teach you more than that, how to make money with them. And that's the thing that we want to focus on. And Billy, I've always looked up to you on the way that your process is, and you've always nudged me on other things, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, guys. Now, the one thing I think is really interesting is, like, look, all of us here detail, right? Yep. Where we begin to where you guys are now. And the people listening saying, hey, look, they're just starting out, right? They're deciding to move into their first shop or buy their first van or do all these different things. To be able to look at the process of where all of us have started to where we are now, I think that's the journey that's really there to help people. That's going to help the most people. It's, as you guys are, hopefully aren't done yet, right? You guys are still going,
And that's important because we've had that conversation with. I truly don't think there's enough support for the new people coming into that industry.
Yeah.
You go onto forums and everybody's, somebody asks a simple question, and I know there's search bars and everything, but right away the response has to be something cocky and giving them the wrong response. And the thing of it is we've all been there.
Every one of us.
But we didn't have the search bar.
Yeah.
But if we would have probably had the same questions, right?
Yep.
And it just irritates me seeing some of that. I know that people get sick of these same questions, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? They're just trying to make a living, just like we 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
And this is what we want to do is be able to support not just the veterans of the system, but the
newbies.
Yeah, because they're the future. Just like we tell our kids, you're the future of the nation.
Don't call them newbies, Dustin. Come on.
So
I'm waiting for the IGL newbie special.
We run the MVP, the Detail Bookie MVP group. I tell everyone when they first come in, welcome. There's no dumb questions here. We've heard it 100 times. I'll still answer it like it's the first time. That is very important for these new detailers.
No, you're spot on. You're spot on. We don't let any of the negativity come into our group. We keep it out of our group. And you know what? Listen, we're of the each one teach one mentality, and that's how we've all gotten here. I've learned a lot from other people. I've learned a lot by the seat of my pants, and that's not a fun way to learn. And we're here to learn as well as give back. And
hopefully prevent some people from making the same mistakes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And by no means are we sitting here saying we know it all. We learn every day. Our shop learns every day. And we look up to other detailers and everybody in our industry for knowledge and experience. And we take that and we grow from it. And we want to be able to do the same thing where our experience is needed.
Yeah. And what's really important to know too is as detailers, as owners of shops, when we go back, when we first started, we hated our competition.
Yeah.
Then we learned to like our competition, right? Mm-hmm. And it's been really amazing.
Right.
My phone's been blown up with people in the industry, our competition.
Absolutely.
They're very excited. They're, wishing us, congratulations and everything. So it just shows you, even though we're competition, whether it be another ceramic coating company or whatever, chemical company, we still support each other. And that's exactly how the detailers should. So that to me is humbling, is just seeing some of the people that have reached out today and said, hey, you're going to rock it. I mean this, and we should be doing the same thing as detailers.
Absolutely. One thing that's special to me is my relationship and friendship with Rod and Jody, and Billy Smith carries that same relationship, and it's always fun to watch them joke with me. I think they went by his shop, and it's like we're putting our banner, but that right there, is the epitome of us and our friendship, and you know what, we are competitors competing in the same industry, but in reality, we're friends that just have the same businesses, and we do help each other and support each other. And if someone could take anything from this, it would be that. It would be to look at the people that are serving the same customers or similar customers and embrace that rather than combat it. Then you grow, and you grow as a person, you grow as a business, because I promise you there's strength in numbers. And if you're against the world and you're fighting the world, it's a lonely place to be. And entrepreneurship's already lonely in itself. If you're fighting the world, then you're extremely lonely. But if you can embrace others and bring people around you, even of the same business, and grow and learn from that, then you become bigger and better. And I think that's something that I would love to see people take from this.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. And then again, when you guys are conveying that message, and you guys are going to be there again at the forefront of SEMA, at the forefront of MTE, in front of people, talking to people, and now that's the message that they're hearing first. And all that extra, how does Joel say it? Drama, right? All that other stuff isn't part of it. Then guess what? You guys will. It just shifts. The whole mindset just shifts in the industry, and that's what's really positive. That's what's exciting.
It does. There's a lot of people putting things on our industry that make it seem in a different place than it is. And it's not reality. It's reality for a small percentage. And what is reality is you have people that are working hard, busting their ass to pay their bills. And that's what it boils down to. That's what detailing is. You work your tail off, you pay the bills, you put a little, money in the bank, put some food on the table, and you go about your job. And that's what detailers do. Okay. Yeah. It's not this made up scenario of all these people against each other. It's really not. It really boils down to people are washing cars, polishing paint, and protecting it, and putting food on their table. And that's what we are embracing and supporting. And we want to let everybody know that, hey, the world's not falling in. We're here just still cleaning up cars and boats and things. and by the way, we have some great products that might help you.
Oh, and guess what? Now we got some products and some software that'll help you out along the way.
There's some really cool stuff coming.
Yeah, I was supposed to tell y'all. I have a list here. Oh, yeah. No. I see.
So I think we're going to give you guys. I've talked to everybody. We're going to give you till Cinco de Mayo, but by May 6th, we expect you guys back to work. Is that fair to say?
We have a huge project.
Yes. Chris and Giovanni, you should join this podcast. We would love to have you on. If you can, me and Mike been wanting to call you anyway. And
Chris, I've been trying, and they just deflect my questions. I've been trying. They don't want to give me anything.
Can you a link or drop it in the comments there if anybody wants to jump in here.
Yeah,
we have a little extra time here with us, and we're supposed to have some pizza delivered. None of us have eaten. I'm Chelsea starving to death back there. And
I want to know what IGL is coming out with next. I want to know what's.
Oh, I got that.
Well, okay.
I'll just share my screen. Hang on.
Yeah. End of the show. You know what I mean? Everyone watching.
The about Keong is, he's always looking at the future. He's a true R&D manufacturer that is he wants to stay above anybody else, in front of anybody else. But the biggest thing is he's developing stuff all the time that helps you pivot as a business. And some people will say, well, do you leave the car world or no? No, it's not. A lot of these people like that took the Aegis class. They're pivoting as far as creating another business. Right?
Absolutely.
And there's always the car stuff coming out too. But it's really cool, the talks that we've had with Keong, what he's working on, or what he sees in the future. And that relationship is a little bit different too, because I think just like Joel and Jeff knew, like, hey, it's time to pass the torch on. We're ready to retire. Keong is excited because, I don't consider us young, but everybody says we're young, right? But I will say this: everybody that Dustin will ask who's older, they always say Dustin's older.
They do. I don't get it.
4 or 5 years old. You know,
Honga, 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 honga. Let's coat some shit. Woo!
Bring in. Where's the champagne, Chris?
Hey, this is actually
Dude, just blow the champagne all over the
Chris, we
place.
brought you here to announce we actually are starting a new business. We're going to build websites, and it's going to be Detailer's Trail Map.
Let's go.
Mike's doing the programming.
Raise the industry up. Do it. Let's do it. More competition, the better.
We're not competition, Chris. Remember, we're friends.
Friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
Friends. Coding roadmap. Green roadmap. Let it live.
Let's go, man. What's up?
I have a lot of respect for Chris.
Yes. Yeah.
Hell yeah, you do.
Yeah, dude. This has been a very tough secret to keep, especially when you have such a core group around you of friends, and there's us on this podcast is a tight group, and we kind of had to keep our mouths shut and not lean on you guys as much as we wanted to. But I can tell you the support, from afar, and the support going forward, we know will be there. But just, dude, it's awesome to be able to celebrate this with you guys. This is really cool. This is what I was looking forward to, and the champagne.
Congratulations. Yeah. But we got to hold your feet to the fire. What changes got coming? Don't tell us about products.
Yeah,
Come on, give us some meat here. What's that?
We're doing websites now.
No.
Jesus.
Oh!
I started my own account this morning.
That's all right. That's all right. Like you said, not competition, just friends. I'll pick you up off the ground. It's okay.
Look, imagine flying a jet, and you've never been there before, and you get handed the wheel or the whatever, and you're like, hey, what changes are you going to make? We're grabbing a hold of this sucker, and we're going to hold.
We're trying to figure out the different buttons,
But yeah, we got some plans, man.
Oh man, I'm excited for you guys. That's awesome. I'm also excited that Mike Carlin might make one website comment change on his site because he's never made one change in 3 years.
That's because you have it working so well.
Site a little bit,
Detailer's roadmap has it working so well. I don't need
Oh man, don't worry.
I think he just forgot his login. He's been mailing them.
I don't know if he ever logged in. To be honest.
I think bringing technology into a business that they had started to do that is going to be a key piece. Bringing in that consistency, automation, the things that we can do that will help streamline the process, and they've started to do that. They had begun the stages of doing that. Joel and Jeff had, but it's things that like they wanted to do, but just lack the bandwidth, lack the energy, whatever. And we want to do that. We have access to that stuff. We have access to the ability to make that happen. And I think that's going to serve our customers well. It's going to take a little friction out of the buying process and help keep them informed as to what we're doing. Maybe our trainings be a little bit more informed about when their trainings are and where they're at. And, just things that help our customers have more information and all. So that's, but
you got the right guys behind it. I will say from probably me, Nick, Billy, anyone who's watching, I think it's super cool that someone our age group is taking on such a monster thing and it wasn't being absorbed by a larger company that hasn't been involved in it for years and years like you guys. So one, kudos to you guys. We're super excited. We always want to see our friends do better. And the fact that it's not being absorbed by something that's outside of who we don't know, I think everybody's all smiles. So congratulations to you guys. So
I appreciate it, Chris.
Thank you. Yeah,
Chris and I have had a lot of calls at night too, and times probably vented or whatever too. And,
I message Chris and I just get an auto message. I just get a
autoresponder.
I thought it was funny that Jason Maynard, he just made the comment PPF ? LOL.
Yeah,
that
there it is.
That was because he was just at our last class.
Oh man,
we were so excited to make our announcement, but at the same time we didn't want to give it away. So the whole class last week we were trying to. Papa Joel was there, so we're like, "Hey, Papa Joel, when are you gonna announce the PPF?"
Oh, we were
just,
digging on
and
it.
he's just like, "Shut up,"
We get on his nerves.
That's awesome.
I really enjoyed doing this shit. Hey, you know what? Yes, for the time being, shipping will be out of Michigan, and we're going to see about moving things around to serve the whole United States a little faster and all. But yeah, I mean, for the time being, it will absolutely be there. And listen, making sure that inventory. One thing that we had to promise Joel and Jeff was the fact that we would carry the inventory that is needed to always be in stock. That is something that was near and dear to their hearts, and serving our customer and then making sure we had products. That was one of the things that we had to sign the dotted line on. And, it's a commitment. It's a financial commitment to have the inventory that for the unexpected sale. And we made that promise, and we made that promise to Joel and Jeff. We're making that promise to our customers that we'll have the stuff.
Chris.
Oh, but what is he doing?
How do we get a hold of you if we would like to join the IGL family? What would be the most appropriate way?
I'm not calling my phone.
Personal calls at 2 a.m.
Can we just blast Dustin's phone number? What's the owner of IGL's phone number? Hold on, let me see if we can at least give a few digits away.
Yeah, he'll take care of some calls for a while.
Madison, this is Chris. This is where you help us out and you post our phone number. I don't even know the number. Hang on, let me look it up.
I'll get for the next hour. I'll give anyone Dustin's phone number if you contact me.
That will go both ways.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna hit it. Good seeing you guys. Congratulations again.
Appreciate you, brother. Man, appreciate your support as always. He jumped. How do you leave that fast? Tyler's always here watching, man. This is a different show, brother. You gotta love this one.
What else you guys got planned for today? What's next?
So, a funny story. Want me to share a screenshot of text and try to figure out phone numbers? Absolutely, I want you to do that. That's funny. Another funny thing is Ryan probably is.
You guys have another podcast?
We do. New Era. New Era
Shout out.
Detailing podcast. New Era Detailing. Here's how. This is so funny, y'all. So the first time I was supposed to shoot this, it was about work-life balance, and it happened during a time when I was sick and could not make it. So then we put it off to I know. And it happened. So we moved it to Ryan Griggs's Aegis training in Detroit. That I was up at. Were we there last weekend? I think it was last weekend, right? Yeah. So Saturday, we're there, or Sunday, I can't remember now. Saturday, we were shooting the podcast, and they were having pretty bad technical difficulties. Couldn't really hear. There's a lot of loading and freezing and stuff. So I tell the guys, now keep in mind, they don't know what's going on this weekend. But so I tell them, I said, you know what? Listen, guys, let's just reshoot this thing Friday afternoon. Say about 2:30, and why don't we take it live? You may benefit from a little bit of extra exposure there on your new podcast. And and so they had no clue that all this was going on. Yeah. So step on that podcast. We'll speak to their topic, but I think it's exciting.
Forget their topic. You just go in there and just hijack it.
Drink champagne and listen to them blab. I don't know. But it that was cool. It was an unexpected thing. There's been a ton of people reaching out about getting on their platforms and talking, and we're going to do that, but we got to take some time. One of the things that Chelsea made me promise, and I think I promised to her one way or the other, is that we would take
two different things. Those are two different things.
I don't remember how did it go, Chelsea? Did I promise you, or did you make me promise? Was to take time and celebrate this. Truly celebrate this. We are so guilty as a company and as people of doing the big thing and then just keep trugging. Never taking the moment to really give it what it's worth. And so I've got to live up to that promise. And Mike and I discussed a little vacation where we take some time and we really go celebrate this thing, because this is a big event in our lives, and it's a big event in all of our lives. Yeah, we want to make sure that we do that. So what's next is not vacation right now. It's work, and we got to make sure our customers keep support that they've known to have, and so. But at some point, we want to take a moment, and we have a couple days down here in South Florida that we'll probably drink a beer too. We'll probably enjoy, but we're right back to work, and there's gonna be work involved in those next few days. But But what's next is just what we've been doing, and we want to make sure that this thing runs seamlessly, and everything that you've become to love with IGL, that remains the same, and it only gets better.
Yeah. No, I love it, guys. Billy, any other closing thoughts on your end with the big announcement that's on the tip of your tongue there?
Still pretty surreal for all the detailers. I'm sitting here and my phone is just blowing up. How'd you not say something? I said, I didn't know, guys. I did not know. Just me. I did not know. So just really, really, happy. Just so you guys know, my phone has not stopped this whole entire podcast of people congratulating you guys, and they look forward to seeing, what's coming next. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, let's get it, guys. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Man, and it means everything to me to have your support and blessings over this thing, and be able to loop you in and have your help is amazing. One thing I always, and I'll try to wrap this up too, is I want to talk about the things that are coming up, and we battle this in the software a lot, and good things take time, and we want to continue the legacy that IGL has had of providing excellent products that are well tested, and software is no different. Like, we could have released a shit ton of features already that are just kind of halfway working and didn't help you much, but we worked to test and we worked to make sure it's perfect, and we're going to do the same thing with products. There is a lot of stuff coming up. I've just been looped in. I've learned so much over the last few months of the product world and how that happens, and let me tell you guys, there's a lot to look forward to, but just like anything else, testing has to be done. I mean, there's some stuff that's right around the corner, but then there's some other stuff that's, as it begins to get tested or continues testing, I can tell you right now, the detailing world as we know it in the next year or two is going to completely change. And there's stuff out there that you can't even imagine. And it's awesome to know. And it's awesome to see this pizza that just got delivered.
Well, way to just leave everybody with a cliffhanger.
Right. So, anyways, man, it was awesome celebrating with you guys. This right here is what I was looking forward to the most, as I said earlier. And Nick and Billy, it means the world to me to have you guys to celebrate with Mike, of course. Yes. And everybody that supports us and continues to watch this show, and all three of y'all. Thank you.
Awesome, fellas. Well, we'll get back to normal schedule hopefully next Friday, as long as Dustin's not doing anything crazy. Yep. But yeah, guys, everyone have a great Friday. Real excited for you guys. Again, you guys are just going to kill it. You know what I mean? I'm real excited for it, and I know everyone else is. Yeah, have a great weekend. Enjoy, celebrate. You already made a promise that you're going to celebrate, so you have to now.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah. We're going to celebrate you this pizza.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. Billy, thanks for being here. Wouldn't have it any other way. And we will see you guys next week.
Next week, guys. Appreciate it.